417-208-9TIP. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Steve Smith on KIX 102.5.
Sunshine this afternoon with highs nearing 43. Frost tonight with lows in the mid-20s. Sunshine, low 40s for tomorrow. Frost Wednesday morning, but sunshine and a little warmer in the afternoon with highs nearing 50.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar is just showing some clouds over the 4 states.
32 in Goodman, 29 in Pittsburgh, 28 in Joplin. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, head to the KIX app.
Time now for the KIX Kids Pledge. Today we're featuring Mr. Brownfield's class.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic of which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, guys. And if you'd like your class group or kids or whomever to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, just go to KIX1025.com and go to the Morning KIX page. Click on the button there to find out how to upload your audio.
We've got $1,485 in our Secret Sound jackpot.
That's all of the money that we had left. We put it all in there, so instead of waiting for the jackpot to climb, it's already there.
And your first chance to get some Win That Money, only 15 minutes away.
Here's Jason Aldean
On the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. Morning, everybody.
Good morning. Morning, Sheila. Good morning, Jimmy.
Jimmy Jammy.
Jimmy.
Jammy Jing Chong.
Good morning, Megan.
Oh, my goodness.
What's the matter?
I didn't realize. Look here. There is now a chat window thing here. I can refresh it from right here.
That's cool.
So I just wiped out all the ones that were on there.
Sorry, guys.
Interact, filters, properties, all this from right here.
That's awesome.
What is interact? Oh, this lets me. Apparently, I don't know how I interact with it.
Very carefully.
Filters. Oh, I can put an effect on it. Okay. And there's the properties window. How ate you? Don't eat today, Megan!
How ate you?
With your mouth, that's how.
For a second, I was like, Randy, you just texted me. Oh, yes, you did.
Yes.
Yes, you did text me. We planned that.
It's not perfect, but
It
unless you know what you're
looks
looking
awesome.
for.
Okay, are we just not going to let me share it or save it, or what are we doing here? Or did I just save it like 5 times? Oh, I just saved it 5 times. Morning, Cappy. Sheila says, I still could not find the hint.
Well, man, Sheila.
Man, next time try doing it with your eyes open.
Yeah, that's a good recommendation.
Thank you. I thought it was really helpful.
Many people have. Hold on. Oh. Stupid.
What stupids?
I was thinking. Did we do Halloween things this morning? No.
No,
Did we? Can we do that tomorrow?
we're doing it at 7:50.
Oh, that's today. Okay. Man. That's right.
Megan says, doing good this morning, surprisingly, for a Monday. Honestly, I'm surprised that we have so many people up and chatting this morning. It's not always a thing on a Monday, let alone a cold
usually,
Monday morning.
Yeah. Well, this is the last daylight saving Monday until April?
Sure.
April or May. When's daylight saving begin again?
That one time. Yeah, because we fall back this weekend.
Yes.
We gain an hour. Yes.
Do we? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
So we do get an hour extra sleep. Like that matters at all because your evenings go away. You pay for it for the next 6 months or 5 months or whatever it is. Hooty woo.
Hooty hoo. Morning, Sarah.
So, yeah, it said that my money was available, but I forgot to look and see how that was. So, meanwhile, the one that I've been watching and wanting to buy, someone's making offers on it.
No,
So I'm
man.
probably going to lose that. Yeah.
Sheila says, you could tell the family where to look on the website if you really loved us.
It's one of the pages on the webs it's one of the pages you look at. Oh, and I also dropped the price on mine. So, nah.
Morning, Landon. You're hoping for a snow day? Did it even snow last night?
No.
I know there was like a very slim chance that maybe there'd be a little bit of something mixed in with the rain, but I don't think that ever happened. It's too early for snow days. I'm not ready for it.
I think my money comes available, they said, at the end of business day today.
I'm surprised they just let it be available already. Like a lot of those resale sites, you have to, once the person gets it, they have to click off.
Because I
for it to
sold
get
it
to you.
as is, there's no returns on this unless it goes against the description. Which, of course,
Yesterday at 5:12, it felt like 6:12, and next week it'll be 4:12. And this is going to be a weird week because we've been in the soccer, cheer, dance schedule, and now we're switching to the basketball, wrestling, dance schedule for the next 6 weeks. And we're gearing up for a bunch of parades. I got us signed up for several of those on Friday. 15 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the four states number one for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen 709.
Sunshine this afternoon with highs in the mid-40s. It's 28 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 15 minutes. Plus, we've got your first chance of the day to guess and win the secret sound in 10 minutes.
$1,485 could be yours when you hear the sound if you can be caller number 5. Tell us what the sound is and the money is yours.
I know a lot of people are looking for the hint that is hidden somewhere on the KIX website at KIX1025.com.
And that's going to help you to guess and win the secret sound again. That's going to be at 7:20.
You got to find that hint. Use it to help you guess and win the cash.
Here's Keith Urban.
On KIX 102.5.
Did I say we're doing it in 10 minutes? 7:20? Yes, I think I did. I talked with my sister last night, by the way, for those of you doing bridal shower, bachelorette stuff. And she shared some plans and ideas and things with me that I'll have to share with you guys in the group message. But she told me the theme, and it's very cute.
Dead rabbits.
It's not dead rabbits.
It ought to be.
Why?
That'd be cool. Nobody has ever done that before. Not this century.
How is that a cute?
Huh?
How is that a cute bridal shower theme?
That'd be really cool. It's not cute. It's cool.
I said cute, and then you were like, "Oh,
look at all the dead rabbits." Whee!
Morning, Tiffany. Just say no to dead rabbits. I'm in my sweater, and I am cold. This is one of my warmest, thickest sweaters, and I'm cold still.
It's not bad.
I just keep feeling a breeze, and I don't know where it comes from.
Try this one. This thing is stupid.
It's stupid, he says.
Try it. It is the warmest coat ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts.
It's very comfy. Megan says, dead Playboy bunnies? What? That is not the
watch
theme,
the live,
but that's a
can't
good
send
guess.
chats, and my need help button isn't working. Tiffany, I ran into that problem the other day. I would say
Yeah, you did.
send help to the need help button, but Doesn't quite work, does it? Let me see if I can get on and do it.
This is warm. I'm already warming up.
Yeah,
What kind of coat is this?
it's Abercrombie.
Abercrombie, really?
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be like a North Face or something.
I found it at those Tanger outlet malls in Memphis, coming back from Atlanta, Georgia, a few years ago.
Did you say Tanger Mall?
Tanger outlet.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know the word that just came out of your mouth.
Like the one in Branson? Okay, I'm clicking join the live chat. First off, let's see if it will let me send a message. Yes, it will. And need help? Yep, it lets me. Tiffany, try clearing your cache. You have to go up into your settings if you're on your phone. And wait a minute, she may be on the app trying to do this.
Yeah, she says my app is acting up.
So let me go into the app and try to do it. I just did it on a browser.
Yeah, mine's not working through the browser.
I would say go to your settings, try to clear your cache. Let me see, activity feed. Is it? No, it's KIX video, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done it through the app in a while. This is from the app. Oh, did it not send it? Yeah, it won't send it from the app. Huh. Okay. There is a way to clear the cache for your app, okay? Let me walk you through how to do that.
Is this Android specific or does it work on iPhone too?
I'm not sure how to do it on iPhone, but it would be similar on iPhone. What you do is you go to your phone settings. Now, on an Android phone, that is up here very simple.
Can you guys hear him that far away from the mic?
Yeah, sorry. So on an Android phone, you just go to the phone settings. Am I not showing it? There we go.
There you go.
Your phone settings, and in that little search bar, you type in apps, and it'll bring up the where are app settings. App info. Yeah, app info, and you're going to go down to that particular app, which in this case is KIX. There it is. And you open that settings there for that. And inside there is a clear cache. Is it under usage? Yeah. Nope. Storage. There it is. Under storage, you can see the word cache. Whoops. There it is. And you can click on that. And in fact, down at the bottom, it has a button that says clear cache, clear data. You don't have to clear the data, but if you'll clear the cache, that clears out the memory of that. Let's see if it makes it work for me, clearing that. I'm going to clear all things.
What are you noping, Sarah? Marissa did not want to go in the haunted house. We made it to the haunted house, and nope. So we came home and watched Christmas movies. Did you guys go to Unleashed? Did you guys get one of the passes for
to Unleashed? Yeah.
Because remember, they said that they would do the no scare, like the walkthrough and stuff like that. But also, I would take Christmas movies over haunted houses
Yeah, it did not
myself.
fix it for me. But I did notice that the bit rate change that we did the other day, there have been no more video issues, or I've not heard of anyone else having video issues. And normally, I think my wife is still watching on the website, so it would have let us know.
Oh, yeah. Sarah said nope about hearing you. They couldn't hear you.
Sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to make the video work through the app.
15 seconds. Then we just got to seg.
And my voice is leaving.
Come back, voice. 5.
We're going to clear data. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 717.
We've got your first chance to guess to win the secret sound, $1,485 right after Kenny Chesney.
On KIX 102.5. if you can get into the app settings on your iPhone, Tiffany, and clear out the data, clear the cache for the app. Okay, I'm having to sign back in.
Yes, we went there, but she would not get out of the car. Bless their heart.
Okay, it's wanting me to sign in. Do I remember what my sign in is?
Scooby 12.
Login failed.
Uh-oh. Secret sound in 2 minutes.
Oh, there it just let me. I must have typed it wrong. Okay. From the app. Let's see if this works. Yes, it did.
Oh, okay. So what'd you do?
I cleared the data, cleared the cache. That made the app work for chat.
Okay.
So I can now watch from the app and chat from the app, but you've got to clear out your data cache. So
Are those two different things?
yes, data is app data. What it wants you to do is re-log in from the app.
Okay.
And to log out, I don't think there's a way to log out from the app. You really need to clear the data, and that starts you over fresh. So you come into the app as a new user. It's going to ask, can this app send you notifications? You choose yes, just like the first time you downloaded the app.
Oh.
It gives you like a fresh start
Kind of annoying, though.
because it clears all your usage history. So that fixes all of that. So the problem always is on the way that your phone and the app on your phone is interacting with the chat room and with the video. It would do the same on YouTube or anything else if it was coming at it from the same approach. So what you've got to do is just clean up your phone to get it to work properly. Clean up your phone.
Got 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Sort of.
Is the board ready?
Sort of. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number one for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We'll see sunshine this afternoon, but it's going to be chilly with highs only reaching 43. It's 28 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 5 minutes. But right now,
We are looking for caller number 5 at 623-1025.
to guess and win the secret sound, because we put all of the remaining secret sound money into this jackpot now.
I mean, it's huge. $1,485 could be yours.
No more climbing, no more waiting for the jackpot to get up there. It is already up there.
All you got to do is be caller number 5 and tell us, what is this sound? What do you think?
Caller number 5 at 623-1025 that tells us what it is going to win the cash.
From the 4 states number 1 for cash.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 1.
Hi, Morning KIX.
Caller number 2.
Hi, Morning KIX.
Caller 3.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 4.
Hi, Morning KIX. Who is this?
Jared.
Jared, where are you from?
Jared from Joplin.
You are caller number 5.
Woo!
All right, Jared, for $1,485.
What is this sound?
He says biting into a hard taco.
For $1,485. That is not it.
Your next chance to guess and win is at 11:20 with MJ. Jared.
Thank you.
There we go.
That's a good guess, though. That's one I hadn't heard yet.
It's a good guess, yeah. Si, senor.
Jimmy says, has anyone been close? Well, people calling from Joplin are fairly close to the studio, I guess.
Yeah, they're not that far away.
Mm-hmm. I'm still not allowed in the app, apparently.
Why?
Megan says that.
I don't know what you mean, Megan.
Sarah says, I could still use the money, but have no idea what it is. Has anyone found the clue yet or the hint?
Not had anybody tell me that they found the clue
Mm-mm.
and indicate, accurately that they have. Not that I've seen,
Same.
anyway.
Did you guys see our pup costume contest winner?
Yeah, the picture of our winner is on Facebook if you've not seen it yet.
Little Leo the Wizard. Adorable. 30 seconds. Do you check your email over the weekend?
Do what?
Do you check your email over the weekend?
Yeah.
I had 55 emails when I got in this morning.
I filter the heck out of my email. I do not allow junk email into my inbox because I use my inbox kind of as a reminder for things. Anything that's in my inbox means
Here we go.
it needs to win. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jim.
Looking for caller number 5 to guess the one the secret sound. Jared from Joplin.
You are caller number 5. All right, Jared, for $1,485.
What is this sound?
Is it biting into a hard taco?
He says biting into a hard taco.
For $1,485. That is not it.
Damn.
Your next chance to guess and win is at 11:20 with MJ, Jared.
All right, thank you.
Sheila, we've already done that. We've already deleted her account, and she's made a new one for Megan.
Yeah. And that's not the app. That's not the app issue. That's the chat.
She says, I've cleared everything, even deleted and re-downloaded it. I don't know what's going on, Megan. You've...
Apparently, it's that wind-up phone thing she uses. I really believe it's got to be her phone. I just don't know why or what it is in her phone that's causing the issue.
And that doesn't fix it to just keep having people delete their accounts and remake them.
Well, we tried that. And could she even get in then?
We did it the first time and it worked. The second time it did not.
Didn't work for very long.
Mm-mm. I'd rather figure out what the problem is and fix that problem so that we don't have to keep deleting accounts and remaking them. Good morning, Becky. How are you doing? What did I lose? I mean, I'll double check that it's still there. I'm sure it is. Yep. Hint is still there. You're very special, Megan. I am doing well, Becky. Thank you. It's chilly this morning. Yeah, that good?
Huh?
That good?
Yeah.
Sounds like someone's revving their bike. It's got to be. Oh, yep, they are. It has got to be so cold on a bike this
That
morning.
would suck. I have ridden, what is it right now, 28? Yeah, I've ridden a motorcycle 2 hours once in this. I had to stop about every 5 or 10 minutes and go into convenience stores and gas stations and truck stops and just stand there by the counter, and they'd be looking at me. I'll be like, I'm just warming up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay. And they just kind of look at you nervously. About freeze to death.
bet.
I mean, you get hypothermia so quick in that situation.
Ah!
Jason said he got this new support request. Tiffany Reimer? I can see the live feed, but I'm not able to chat. My messages won't send. And the need help button didn't work either from her iPhone.
Okay, so
Yeah,
he's getting them.
He is getting that, Tiffany.
How many clicks or taps does it take to find the clue? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? My kids were asking the other day what the secret sound is. I was like, nope. But we're your children. Nope. Oh, that was not a good sip. Oh, wow. Three. It depends. It depends how you lick the Tootsie Pop, though. So is 3 the answer, or is it 3 for everybody? Did anyone else watch the Chiefs game yesterday?
Did you see what the Broncos did? I thought it was kind of funny. I thought they were asking for it. So
It was awful.
that Kels wouldn't feel so, all alone. They had the cheerleaders dance to shake it off.
Mm-hmm. That was funny.
Randy or Jennifer, let me know how you would like to proceed.
Why does he always call me Jennifer? You don't have to do that, Jason.
Yeah, he said the chat button must have worked because she made it to the chat for him and he was able to do that. So, yeah.
Well, I've also been straight linking people to
that
the help form because they can't get to it.
maybe. I'm eating cotton candy for breakfast.
I know. Denver
Don't judge
won.
me. Don't judge me.
Just a little judgment. Yeah, I'm really mad about Denver winning. It was not a good game. Like, Mahomes was clearly not at the top of his game, which I get it because he's coming off of being sick. His entire family's been sick. His
A
his
bunch
hand
of
got all
sick people.
tore up. Taylor Swift wasn't. You missed. Taylor Swift wasn't there, and we were clearly playing like we just completely underestimated the Broncos 10,000%, which is not boding well for us to lose to them. We haven't lost to them in
That's
since,
two now.
2016.
That's two.
To what?
2 losses.
Which is still better than we're still number 1 in the AFC West. It just sucks that they finally beat an AFC team. The Broncos did, and they finally beat the Chiefs for the first time in 8 years?
So, this weekend, Jen had to watch The Exorcist.
Yes, I did.
So we're going to find out what she thought of that with Jen's movie Rehab. Was it scary?
Yes,
Okay.
in a very different way though than like it was.
Yeah. Scary. It was story scary. Character scary. This was...
Yes.
There's a
Psychologically.
difference between terror and horror.
Yeah.
I think it is terror. I think this is horror. Horrified.
Yeah.
Terrified and horrified are two different things.
Mhm.
Yeah. One is because of the circumstance.
All right, 5 seconds.
One's abject. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 732.
I'm still reeling a little bit over Jen's movie rehab from this past weekend. It was a lot, Randy.
We'll find out what she thought of The Exorcist right after Chris Young.
On KIX 102.5.
Okay, now, my wife, she's never seen this movie, but she
Really?
did see The Exorcism of Emily Rose, which bothered her a lot. And I think, on a modern sense, that could be, well, no, nothing can be considered the equivalent of The Exorcist because of the things they had that poor girl do to represent being possessed, which I think they accurately did. That's what would happen, I would think, and it was not gratuitous, I don't think. Did you?
No, I think the psychological side of it, I think is what makes it so hard.
Really, really. You're like, well, if this was a demon from hell, then yeah, it would say things like that to try in the battle that was going on between. Yeah.
I mean, there were a couple of things that I was confused about that like the sound from the attic, was that supposed to be the demon?
I don't remember it.
They kept hearing like a crash from the attic, and she was like, there's rats up there. And the guy was like, there's not rats up there. And she went up there, none of the rat traps were
I think so.
deployed
maybe.
or whatever you want to call it.
I'm not sure. It was inconsequential, I think. I barely remember that. Again, I've only watched it once, and it was years ago. So to recall details, it's hard for me to.
But then there's also Captain Howdy, which was the guy that she was talking with the Ouija board.
So it was through the experience with the Ouija board that she was exposed to this.
Right.
And Captain Howdy was the name that the demon was going by.
So then why did they fixate so much in the beginning of the movie about the crashing in the attic?
I don't know what that was unless it was a physical manifestation of the demon.
Which is what I thought too, but then why would it not be down in the basement with the Ouija board? Like, I don't know.
Well, it's not limited to any particular area.
I suppose. Have you seen the new show yet? Is there an Exorcist show?
Well, there's the new movie that came out that has nothing to do. Okay, the Pazuzu was the name of the demon.
Pazuzu?
Pazuzu.
In this movie.
Named Captain Howdy during the early stages of the demonic possession. Fictional character. He derived the character from Assyrian Babylonian mythology, where the mythic Pazuzu was considered the king of the demons of the wind and the son of the god Hanbi. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine with a high near 43 this afternoon. It's 28 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 25 minutes, along with 4 states news.
Plus, in the next hour, we want to hear all about that scary noise that turned out to be nothing.
Which Jen was having to deal with all over the weekend because, once again, we had another movie assignment for Halloween for... Yeah, this weekend, it was because it was our last weekend going into Halloween. We had assigned her the movie The Exorcist.
The music always makes it infinitely worse,
Yeah,
Randy.
it does, doesn't it? So, what did you think about it? Were you scared? Number one.
Yes,
Okay.
I was scared. I was very scared of this movie, but in a very different way than I was scared of it. It is like just a scary creature, if you will. Okay, sure.
It's
But
a
then-
ride.
It's a ride, yeah. But The Exorcist is just, it's very uncomfortable to watch. It's very just, psychologically, it was a lot harder to wrap my brain around than it was, which is kind of weird to think about because it is just this, he's just this monster clown thing that eats people, who eats kids and scares them and stuff.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
But then when you look at The Exorcist, though, it's something where it's like, could this really happen? Is this really a thing? And you see the way that it affected this little girl and how she, became deformed in the way she treated her mother and the people around her. And it is very, very chilling to watch that. I don't think I could watch this movie again, frankly.
Yeah.
I think one, and that's it for me.
I'll be honest, I've only watched it once, and it was years ago. So I have no desire to watch it again. Once is plenty.
And that's not to say it's a bad movie, though,
No, it's a
because
good movie.
I think it's a great movie, the fact that it can make you feel this way after you watch it. Did I want to go to sleep that night? No, I did not want to go to sleep. Was I having lots of visions of this crazy demonic girl in my head? Yes, I was. And so it's really hard for me to try to kind of step back and be really just objective about ranking this one from 1 to 10 because it did scare me. It was a very well done movie. Did I enjoy it? Not really. That's just because I don't like scary movies. But again, it is very well done. So on a scale of 1 to 10, slightly reluctantly, I'm going to give The Exorcist a 9.
We have accomplished our goal!
We scared the Jen.
And what was the music that they would play behind it? The oh my gosh, that made it infinitely worse, and I don't know why, but I was very uncomfortable every time that song started to play.
Very iconic movie theme.
I did not like it. Of all the movie themes, that one, hands down the worst.
So we've got our work cut out for us next year for Halloween for Jen's movie Rehab. I can see we'll have to come up with some new scary movies to try to see if we can top this one.
And now I get to go to Christmas movies, right?
No.
We've done the scary movie thing. Let's move on to happy Christmas fun time.
We have Thanksgiving movies first. Will you give each holiday its time, Jen?
Okay, fine. So we'll find out what I'm watching for Thanksgiving next Friday with Jen's movie Rehab.
From the 4 states, #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
I thought that was good. Good way to assess it.
I had to be very, very objective.
So the little statue that they found
Yeah.
in the archaeological dig. Hold on. That was Pazuzu. Okay, that's the
So then
the
how did
Assyrian
Pazuzu get to the
demon.
girl?
okay. So this is based on a heavily reported event that happened in 1943 in St. Louis, Missouri.
Right. Oh, Missouri? Ooh.
Yep. A 14-year-old known as Robbie Mannheim, or sometimes Roland Doe, John Doe. Roland Doe, they didn't want to give his real name. Blatty was a student at Georgetown University and remembered reading about this story as it was happening, and it stuck with him. And he wrote The Exorcist 20 years later. He wrote the Exorcist series.
Mm-hmm.
There was about 3 or 4 or 5 books that went with this. So
Kathy says the attic was the demon.
no, the attic's not the demon.
I think she means the noise in the attic was the demon. Now it's holiday movie time. That's right, Megan. Let's go to happier times, please.
Now, you may have mistakenly thought that Linda Blair played the little girl, Reagan, in every scene. That is not accurate.
Oh, really?
So in a lot of the scenes, it's a woman by the name of Aline Dietz. So during the scene with the cross
Uh-huh.
and some of the others, that is not Linda Blair, the little girl.
Wow, I couldn't even tell.
Yeah. There was also a man by the name of Ron Faber. So the voice, when it was really deep, really creepy, some of the most unsettling scenes to me are when it was just talking.
Yeah.
And that voice, you know.
Yeah.
That was a man by the name of Ron Faber who did the voice for those. So a lot of the time they would have Linda do the mouth scenes for stuff like that, and then they would have him lip sync along with it for the voice. And then Aline Dietz were in a lot of the more challenging scenes that they didn't want to expose Linda to. She did. In The Exorcist 2, Pazuzu is a swarm of locusts. And in The Exorcist 3, once again, about this, Pazuzu does not have a manifestation. Just has a few lines of dialogue. And then there's Exorcist, the Dominion, and the Beginning and the Dominion, which is the prequel to The Exorcist, which is entirely about the archaeological dig. And they show the demon mask, which is a real thing from Assyria, an archaeological den. It's a pagan god, Pazuzu, which most believe is a demon.
So do you think she really did not remember anything? 'Cause at the end of the movie, the mom says that Regan remembers nothing, but there's a look that Regan gives the priest when she hugs him. That
I
makes me
think she
wonder
knew.
if she remembers.
Steve, what does everybody else believe?
Megan says, the video I sent you tells of the history and stuff. I love that pumpkin pie meme. Go away, YouTube Premium. Now there's 20 years of commercials. I'll have to watch this after the show. Oh, wow. She's got a ton of stuff. The true story about Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. It's the story of what's his name that I was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
So both Karis and Father Marin die, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, in the movie, yeah.
Because Father Marin dies
And then Father Dyer is the one who visits their home.
at the end.
And then Reagan embraces him,
Mm-hmm.
which implies that she has not totally lost her memory.
Yeah.
Now, in part two, The Heretic, Reagan is 16 years old, undergoing psychiatric therapy, claiming to remember nothing. But her psychiatrist believes her memories are repressed. And Reagan's revealed to have psychic healing powers, which is the reason the demon attacked her previously, supposedly. And, oh, it's a ridiculous movie.
Why?
And in The Exorcist 3, so the pictures, the company had the idea of having a grown-up Reagan who gave birth to possessed twins, but it was abandoned, so they switched to William Peter Blatty's novel Legion instead. And totally different movie. A lot of people really like this. George C. Scott was in it, but it's more of a detective mystery.
I've seen Legion. Like the actual Legion movie?
That was not called Legion. It was called Exorcist 3, the
Okay,
movie
never
on
mind.
this.
There's a movie called Legion that I've seen.
Yeah, no, that was different. Reagan McNeil
Yeah, Kathy says yes, she remembers at least some of it. Yeah.
appeared in the television series The Exorcist, and she had changed her name to escape the demons.
I don't think that's how that works.
Wow, me neither.
So are we? The other thing that I want to know too is, Karis takes on the demon himself, right?
Yeah.
And then throws himself out the window and down the stairs. So would the demon hop into someone new, or does
Okay.
he die with Karis? How does
Here's
that
the
work?
ridiculousness of this story. The demons supposedly got into Reagan through her playing with the Ouija board and because of her psychic powers or whatever. Okay, they came into her through an opening, something that she had created, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the idea now. We're at the end of her exorcism. They have cast the demons out. Well, actually, what he did was he made a deal with the demon saying, you come into me and leave her alone.
Yeah. So he
Okay.
opened himself up to
Yes.
the demon.
And they did. And he immediately jumped out the window and kills himself. Okay.
Mhm.
Sorry, spoilers. These are immortal creatures that are the father of lies, the master of all deceit, the idea that they could not then go right back into a girl or whatever else. And okay, what is the opening for a demon? What
Mhm.
opens yourself up to demonic possession? Could it be anything to do with the occult? We don't know. And the idea, you'll talk to some
Hold on, we got a
Wiccans and
sec
stuff
here.
like that. Hold on. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen
Here's Chris Jansen.
on KIX 102.5. They'll say, well, we put a circle of protection around us during this thing. Are you an idiot? You are the most deceived if you think that your little line drawn on the floor is giving you power over an immortal creature. Give me a break, okay? So, you're an idiot. And so
Morning, Tabitha.
that's why this movie is fiction. You have to treat it as fiction, not as some sort of guidebook for exorcism and for demonic activity. No. You need to talk to your local preacher or someone within your church who understands that sort of thing and not
Well, I wasn't sure
the movies.
if it could be as simple as proximity. Because the one priest did get very close to Karis to take his confession, right? Or try to.
Okay, we're talking about things that are happening on a spiritual level, not a physical level.
Sure.
So physical proximity should have nothing to do with it. Although we believe that there could be, based on things that are in the Bible. You remember the story of the man from Gennesaret. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. In that, Jesus and his disciples got on a boat and they went across the Sea of Galilee to the land of Gennesaret, and they got off, and there was a man there who had been affected by demons from his birth. And he terrorized the countryside. And even though they had chained him up, he had broken them many, many times. This is one of the only times we get a vivid description of demonic possession in the Bible. And not the only, but one of the only, and one of the most vivid ones. In that one, Jesus goes and confronts him, and that is where the word legion comes from. They ask him, Son of Man, what are you doing? Why are you here? This is not our time. And he says, who are you? And he says, we are legion because we are many. In other words, there was a whole group of them working concertedly together against this guy. And they had heard him many times. And he told them to leave the man. And they said, please, please, let us go into these pigs over here. And he said, okay. They went and jumped in these pigs, and the pigs ran immediately and drowned themselves in the Sea of Galilee. And that was that. And the guy was freed of them. So, and there's a lot that we don't hear in that story. But if you believe the Bible to be true, then you believe that story. And that is where a lot of our demonic...
1 second.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 749.
Sunshine this afternoon with highs nearing 43. It's 28 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast along with 4 states news in just 12 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, we want to hear all about that scary noise that turned out to be nothing.
The time, maybe you were home alone by yourself and you heard something outside.
Like Darth Vader.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Kind
Kind of was, wasn't
right
it? No,
there.
not really, but that's what it ended up being. I get it. So, what was the scary noise that turned out to be nothing for you?
You can call or text to let us know at 623-1025.
Because tomorrow night is the big night, even though it's going to be miserably cold.
It's going to be super cold. I was looking at the forecast earlier. I mean, there's a frost advisory in effect for tomorrow night.
Wind chill of 18 degrees.
Maybe you want to go trick-or-treating at like 5 before the sun goes down at
Or
this
maybe
point.
just find a big indoor space and go trick-or-treating there. That might be a good idea.
Just buy yourself a bag of candy. It's Halloween things.
Everybody's got to have some Halloween things.
Sweet little chocolates all covered in maggots, long stringy entrails on toasted French maggots, small drunken heads that are shriveled and green. That's what I'm giving out this Halloween. Crunchy brown cockroaches coated in jelly, spider egg bonbons to hatch in your belly, squishy worm roll-ups and octopus spleen. That's what I'm giving out this Halloween. When the door knocks, when the bell rings, they'll hold out their bags. I'll give each one some of my Halloween things, then stand back and watch them
It's Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen, powered by Buffalo Run Casino and Resort on the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Tabitha says next year have Jen watch The Ring.
That's on our list. It's definitely one of the ones she needs to watch. So we were talking about, we believe then that the physical space to which they're confined or not confined or whatever can be destroyed. But also the Bible talks about when a spirit is cast out, that it goes wandering around looking for a new place to reside. This is out of the Bible. And when it doesn't find anything, it will come back to where it was. And if that space has not been closed off, or still, if their lifestyle has not been changed to eliminate whatever it was that allowed that to come in, that it brings more along back with it. So, in other words, it was worse than it was before.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday to him, Jimmy.
That's
the red
why
balloon makes me think of it now.
You don't mess with tarot cards or Ouija boards or anything dealing with the occult. There are things that we just don't understand or know about. And there's just some things you just don't mess with.
Kathy says, maybe just on my end, but the sound keeps cutting out. Is anyone else having that issue?
Jen's face keeps cutting out for me. Can anybody fix that?
Thank you. I didn't do anything. My foot's asleep, though.
Weird.
I know. I don't know what's going on.
Shoes too tight?
No, I had my foot in a weird position to be slightly covered in the coat.
Backwards and twisted?
Yeah. Nodded, you know.
I kept waking up last night hurting. Just sore. Like at my contact points.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I was sleeping on a brick.
Weird.
I need to readjust my sleep number.
You've just kind of been a struggle with sleep lately.
Yes.
Are you napping okay, though?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting sleep. It's just here, there, and everywhere.
Here, there, and everywhere. Doodly-doo-doo-doo. Wake up, foot.
There's a Texas teenager who has admitted to filming a TikTok prank of him assaulting people.
How is that a prank?
Luckily, people in Texas are very understanding and don't seem to carry firearms, so there's that.
I just don't understand how that's a prank. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I got an odd idea of humor, of what's funny.
I watched a YouTube commentary video the other day about these guys who essentially just harass people in Walmart until they get, like, kicked out of Walmart by the employees or whatever.
Hilarious.
And I was like, how is this? I don't know. How's it fun entertainment? It's obnoxious to me.
Well, it's the whole, it's just the same as back in the 90s, you know, the shock jock factor on radio. Sometimes you watch just for the shock factor of it.
Yeah.
It's like watching a car wreck. You know, you can't look away because of the shock factor.
Mm-hmm.
That does not mean that it's entertainment. There is a shock factor that will draw people's attention, and that's what they're playing off of.
Until they become desensitized to it.
Yeah,
And then...
exactly. And then you've got to move on to the next thing.
Oh my gosh, Nate Bargatze was on SNL.
Who is what?
Nate Bargatze was on SNL this past weekend.
Oh. I might have actually watched that one.
Hold on. Is this it? This one, right? Don't do that.
Did you find him? Nate Bargatze's hilarious.
Yeah.
There's the
This.
music.
This song. I don't know why. Why is this song so scary? Is it the key it's in?
No, it's a minor. It's in a minor key.
It's so simple, but it's terrified me.
It's not simple. It's not. It's a lot more
It
difficult
sounds
to
like
play
it's
than
just-
you think.
Notes in an or I don't know.
No, it's
It freaked me out.
and then it goes down. So the third time it's backwards. Anything in a minor key is going to sound, you know, creepy.
Yeah.
When we're teaching the difference between minors and majors to little kids, we'd say, one's sunshine, one's Frankenstein. So, and another one's like this. And
Your teeth are turning blue.
are they really?
Yeah.
Nice. Blue teeth.
Megan says, never touch one of them boards, never will. There are some things you do not mess with.
You
They
just
would
don't
yeah,
mess with.
agreed. Did I have lipstick on my teeth and you never told me?
Well, I thought it was the look you were going
No,
for.
seriously, do I?
No, maybe not. What?
Do I or not?
No, you don't. You don't. What? You can believe me. You can trust me, Jen.
I do, and then you do this eye shifty thing, and then it's, I don't know.
So, to me, the exorcism of Emily Rose, or the possession of, what is it? It's is it the possession of Emily Rose? I can't remember the name of it now. That movie is a lot better. It's just as horrific, but it's more terrorific than horrific than The Exorcist was.
I love this picture, though, of him standing, and it's foggy outside the house, and he's got his bag. And
Oh, I know. That's such a great
great.
picture. Iconic, isn't it?
Mhm.
So come here and watch this.
Do I want to?
One of my favorite movies. And it's What's Her Face. She's such a scream queen. What the heck? I like some of the actors in this. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So the question in this story was about a court trial that happened after she had died. And they were trying to charge the priest of murder, or at least negligence. That scene bugged me. Latin. Her scream right there.
Sunshine with highs nearing 43 this afternoon. Frost tonight with lows in the mid-20s. Sunshine and 42 for Tuesday. Wednesday, frost in the morning. Sunshine, though, in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 40s.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar's not showing anything over the 4 states.
28 in Granby, 28 in Pittsburgh, 27 in Joplin. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, head to the KIX app.
So we're wanting to know about the scary noise that you heard.
That wound up being nothing.
623-1025 to text or tell us.
You can also tell us on Facebook.
Ah!
What?
Oh, it was just you. I'm sorry.
Randy!
Here's Luke Combs.
Jeez, that was so rude.
On the 4 states #1 for Scary Jen. KIX 102.5.
Ha ha.
Okay, come here and watch the scream that she does. She is so good at this. Which she's also in the movie Drag Me to Hell or whatever. This is the thing, you got to admire her ability. Hear her? Yeah, this is it. Oh, this is the revealing of the devils. Okay. determined. Go to the barn. So she has enough of it and jumps out the window. A lot of dark scenes, but it's not this bad when you watch a good version of it. Whee! She's gone. So they find her out in the barn. There. She can scream so well. Yeah, so anyway. But this story, they say, based on a true story. Well, yes, but it was from the 1950s, 60s, and it was in Italy or Austria, I think, where a young girl, supposedly during possession, they were doing an exorcism, and as a result, she died from her injuries and stuff. So they took the priest to trial, the Catholic Church, saying that it was negligible or negligent in not providing proper medical treatment for it. But they did prove that proper medical treatment was attempted and successful. And this happened over a period of about 3 years for this girl. And she eventually died of her illness and injuries. And her name was not Emily Rose. It was something else. But that's what they're basing that story on, and the fact that it went to trial.
Morning, Kinda. Yes, I've been freezing, Kinda.
In Austria, Italy, whatever.
And the sun is in my eyeballs.
So, yeah, Gina went to the theater and watched that with me. She did not like that. She doesn't like things to do with the occult or with the demonic or things like that.
Was it this movie? Or there was one of these exorcism movies that Kyle said it could have actually just been someone was like mentally disabled. They weren't possessed, but they didn't know enough about mental disability at that point.
Well, I don't know if it was this one or not, but that was the question. So the whole medical community is saying she's not possessed. She's suffering from mental disability. And that's oftentimes an argument. And here's the thing. Demonic activity can present itself as a mental problem. Doesn't mean that's all mental problems or that all mental problems are demonic activity. It's just these are the way that they can physically, if you believe in that sort of thing.
Right.
Can also, according to biblical, if you believe in what's presented in the book of Luke, that many illnesses were caused by demonic activity. Blindness in the book of Luke is presented as being caused by demonic activity. Since childbirth, this one had been by an evil spirit, it says, that was on the girl, So, who's your authority in this?
Kid, this is Randy. Turn on the heat.
Oh, it's on.
It's on.
Mm-hmm. It's on.
Okay, hey. We have the vent and stuff. Maybe we need to open the vent. So the warm air in, or is it going to be just cold air at this point?
They probably have air conditioning on.
Megan says, I blame my weirdness on my Indian blood. I put my ear to the ground and tell where the rain's coming from.
Yeah, that is weird.
Okay, I closed the blinds.
The
Look
rain
at that.
comes from up, not down.
There's just a slight part where it will not close all the way, and that's where the sun is going straight into my eyeballs.
It's designed like that.
Thank you. That's really nice.
We could put a piece of tape on the inside and tape those two together.
I used to have tape over there. I don't know what happened to it. 10 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
5.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:07.
Sunshine with highs nearing 43 this afternoon. It's 27 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 15 minutes.
But we're talking about that scary noise.
That turned out to be nothing.
You can call or text and let us know at 623-1025.
I got to work on my scary voice. It's just not happening.
It's kind of like Darth Vader meets I just have something in my throat,
Luke, I'm your father.
Here's Mitchell Tenpenny.
On KIX 102.5.
Okay, I need to post this on Facebook.
So with me, the whole idea of demonic and evil being frighteningly scary like that is counterintuitive. Makes absolutely no sense. I mean, if sin and demonic things were terrifying, wouldn't humans flee from it?
Yeah.
And isn't their goal is to be insidious to our lifestyles?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, it needs to be attractive. And the Bible does say that sin is beautiful on the surface, that for a season, it is very attractive and very pleasing, but in the end, it leads to death. So, it's got to look good, not scary. Hi there, Morning Kicks.
Hi, good morning.
What was the scary noise that turned out to be nothing?
Well, have you ever seen the movie Grudge?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. With that.
When that kid makes that cat sound, exactly. We heard that outside our window one day when we was watching that movie,
Nope.
and I went outside and nothing was there.
Yeah, stupid cats.
Oh, that's so freaky. Burn it down. Burn the house down. Just move at that point.
Thanks for calling.
You bet.
I don't know how that
I can smell a pig from a mile away, and deer, I'm a lucky charm when I go hunting.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, exactly. And you know when that sound, exactly. We heard that out watching that movie, and I went outside and nothing was there.
Yeah, stupid cat.
Yeah, I'm still sad about Matthew Perry, too.
Yeah,
Like a lot of people, I think, Chandler Bing was my favorite.
by far.
I wanted good things for Matthew Perry.
And unfortunately, he did not have them a lot. He battled a lot of struggles.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
Yes, he did.
from drug addiction to
Health problems. He had a lot of issues with his
emotional
stomach in the last
problems.
years, several years.
family problems.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'll be really curious to know his actual cause of death.
Yeah, because while most of the media outlets are reporting as a result of drowning, the coroner, the LA County Coroner's Office has listed cause of death as deferred until the final word from the investigation is conducted. So,
Well, the initial phone call wasn't for drowning; it was for a
cardiac arrest.
Mhm.
Yes. And when they got there, and again, they've reported that there were no signs of foul play. There were no drugs or anything evident on the scene. So that's why this investigation is being done. So the coroner will not rule on the cause of death yet. It's deferred.
Only 54. Jeez.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Excuse me. My sinuses, this stupid infection, it's taking forever to go away. Actually, it was a week ago. It's time for it to go away.
Megan says he deserved happiness. He was sending bat signals. Kyle actually just finished Matthew Perry's biography a few months back. I think I'll have to read that one now. But he commented a lot throughout that book that he's like, man, I had no idea that he had such his childhood sucked. He just had a lot of problems in his childhood and a lot of battles and struggles. And he talks about all of that. Candace says, isn't he the same age as Randy?
No. He's much older than me. And your face as old as Randy? No, wait a minute. That didn't work.
Okay.
Did you get it? Did you get it? Raise your seat up.
It is up.
Okay. Lower your seat down.
No, because that'll put more in my eyeballs. Right?
Huh?
this. That'll put more in my eyeballs. Did they say who called it in to?
Not that I ever saw.
Or even which house he was at?
I thought it was his residence. I don't know. Shut up, Megan. That ain't true. Maybe in some third world countries.
You old enough to be my grandpa.
Oh, I am a little sore.
Yeah?
Feeling right through here.
I've been trying to talk Kyle into a Planet Fitness membership.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, I think we should look at the other gyms too and see which one's going to be best for us. And he's like, what about 24? That's right down the street. No.
Oh, there.
It's like, Randy said no to that one.
The difference is night and day. That's meathead, lunkheads, and it was much closer to us. I mean, a third of the distance as it is. I would drive there twice rather than go to that for the experience.
There's that one. There's Cola Fitness.
Mm-hmm. Cola looks really good on the surface until you start digging into the fine print of their cheap deal. You have to go so often to be able to maintain that.
Right.
And that kind of restricts you to that kind of time.
5 seconds. Here we go.
And because of that, they have a really high attendance rate, which can be bad. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country.
Here's Jordan Davis.
On KIX 102.5. So I see Cola crowded a lot of the time because of that. Planet Fitness, it is not. It's
and I've
always
heard, I know other people that do Planet Fitness, and they all say great things about it.
It's awesome. Love it.
I get why he wants to not just jump in, but
Sure. But there is a trial period you can do with no commitment.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. More than 30 days. I think it may be 60 days. I can't remember. But I just love it. It's so easy. And I don't know what the name of the machine is that I have found that I've fallen in love with. It's the, so they have one, it's called the Arc something, that is a stair-step thing that you do with this, This one is similar to that, only it is a pedal motion that you do standing up with this. And it's a type of a pedal. I can go 25, 30 minutes on that thing, never break, never run out of breath, sweat buckets, but never really get tired.
And it's not an elliptical. What's the difference between that and an elliptical?
An elliptical, I think, is the back and forth that you do. Pretty sure. It's the same thing, only it's a back and forth. So it's similar to an elliptical, but I'm not sure what you call it.
But an arch is more...
This is a round and round.
Rounded around.
It's a pedal motion from standing. But there's no impact on your feet that way. And I burn 2 to 3 times as many calories on that as I do a treadmill.
Cool.
And just so easy. Again, never, ever pan. I get off and I'm like, boy, that was easy. But soaking wet with sweat. And I don't do that on the treadmill. I don't burn sweat like that.
Yeah. I think the treadmill is just boring to me.
Well, this is not exciting. There's nothing woo about it. I have my audiobooks I listen to while I'm doing it. But I went from barely making it through 10 minutes on the treadmill to doing 25 minutes on this day one. It's that easy. And really, I wish I owned one. Okay. The Max Trainer.
15 seconds. Here we go.
EFX Experience Elliptical. It is a type of elliptical, according to this. KIX KIX 102.5, the four states, number one for country. Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine with highs nearing 43. It's 27 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 6 minutes, say what it's going to be like this week. Going to be very cold for trick-or-treating tomorrow night.
But we're talking about the scary noise. That turned out to be nothing.
Yeah, there wasn't anything, but boy, scared you to death anyway. What was it for you?
Well, have you ever seen the movie Grudge?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
And you know exactly.
With
and
that.
you know it when that kid makes that cat sound, that exactly. We heard that outside our window one day when we was watching that movie.
Nope.
And I went outside and nothing was there.
Stupid cat.
Oh, that's so freaky. What's the scariest sound that you heard that turned out to be nothing?
Last fall, I was working out of town in Ada, Oklahoma.
Whoa, wait a minute. Did he just say he ate a bum?
You're not supposed to do that.
Are you British?
My wife called me, said my niece and my daughter were outside sitting on the front steps, and they come running inside and said somebody was throwing rocks at the house.
What?
Screaming. They were scared to death. So I called the sheriff, and I had them go out and check the house for me to see that everything was okay. The sheriff goes out, looks around, and tells my wife that afraid that it was the acorns falling on the house.
Stupid squirrel.
So the sheriff calls me back and tells me that everything's okay, had nothing to worry about, that it was the nuts falling on the house.
It's the nuts falling on the house.
Or the nuts in the house.
Yeah. Tell us, what was the scary noise you heard that turned out to be nothing?
Yes, when my mom and I got done watching a paranormal activity movie,
Uh-oh.
the piano in the next room started playing.
Oh, what?
How?
It was our cat walking across it.
You stupid
My
cat.
mom and I, we got up and just walked out of the house.
Jazz kitty.
Yeah.
Meow.
What's the scary sound that you heard? Heard that it was actually nothing.
The one I had was a horrible screech scream while I was out camping that nearly sent me flying out of bed.
What was it?
Only turned out to be an owl in the tree above me.
An owl.
And they can make some pretty freaky noises, though.
Yeah, they can. Did you stay out there in spite of that?
Yeah, I eventually got back to sleep, but kind of had one eye open the rest of the night.
No kidding. I've had owls do this outside my bedroom window when I was growing up. We also had a bobcat
Oh,
that
no. You don't want to mess
apparently
with that.
was in heat, and it sounded like a woman screaming outside my window. I mean, like a woman, a death, blood-curdling scream.
Maybe it was a woman outside your window
No,
screaming.
it was a bobcat.
Maybe it was a blood-curdling scream, Randy.
What was the terrifying noise you heard that turned out to be nothing?
Call or text to let us know at 623-1025.
It's the four states, number one for country. Gotta hit the button. So,
Do you want spooky beds in all of them?
I don't care. I just thought that if we do not serious spooky ones, goofy spooky ones like that one, to me that's a goofy spooky one.
Goofy spooky. Morning,
I think
Daniel.
we have another. Hi there, Morning Kicks. What was the scary noise you heard that turned out to be nothing?
Okay, so my best friend and I were about 12 years old, and we were watching a movie called Pinocchio's Revenge.
The nose comes back.
Right.
Right at the end of it, the ottoman that nobody was sitting on started bumping around,
Huh?
and we both screamed, left all the lights on in the house, and I made her go into the restroom with me because I was so terrified, and so was she. I mean,
And you really had to.
our guinea pig had gotten in the
Demonic guinea pig.
His timing, though, was kind of impeccable. You got to give him that.
Yeah, I was convinced I had a heart attack.
That's pretty funny. Thanks for calling.
You have a good day.
You too.
What were we talking about? Oh, the elliptical.
The elliptical, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to look and see. Okay. So this is what I like working on. So it's like that. Not these though. These right here are just the up and down ones. This one does this. It's this. So not this. Maybe it is that. Yeah. This right here. Love those things. It's not like that, though. It's got the wheel in the back. Is that it? I think that's it. Love that thing. It's just
an elliptical.
yeah, but they have like 3 or 4 different types. They've also got this kind, the seated elliptical. They've got another type that looks almost identical to that. This, and it just goes up and down. It's not got the pedal motion, and I hate it. Can't stand it. It's, to me, way more difficult and doesn't burn that much. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know what those are called, but it's just, or what the difference is between them. And what you do is you go on here. This is different from it, but you set your workout, what you want to do, fat burn or whatever. It asks your age, your weight, and based on that, it just sets off, and it's constantly telling me, hey, slow down your heart rate, slow down. And I'm like, no, I'm not working yet. So I just do its normal fat burn exercise, and it sets your time. And I've gotten to where I'm doing 20, 30 minutes, and I've only done it like 4 times.
So what does Gina do when you guys work out?
She does not like that thing at all. Why? She finds it very difficult. I don't know why or what she's doing different, but she has been doing the treadmill. But this last Saturday, she got on the seated bicycle and did that.
That's what my dad likes to do.
She kind of liked that. And I feel like that's cheating a little bit.
Why?
Well, because you're sitting down, it doesn't feel like you're doing as much.
You're biking.
I really, really liked it. I wish I had one at home. I'd do it every single day. Yeah, it's the Live Fitness, whatever that's called. There's a woman working out on one. I looked on it Saturday to see if I could find the name of whatever it was called, but couldn't. Morning, Daniel.
Daniel. You know what you're doing for Thanksgiving yet?
Yeah, same thing we do every year. Actually, I don't know exactly what my wife's schedule plan is. We were going down on Wednesday to my wife's family, spending the night, and then coming back Thursday after Thanksgiving dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But because she got COVID, that ate into some of her time off days. So I don't know. They just have PTO. They don't have sick days and separate like we do. I don't know what her schedule is with all that.
Right. So how does that work? Do you guys make something and take it with you? Do you guys cook there? Do you guys not have to worry about the food?
Don't have to worry about the food.
Nice. Oh, we got to do 4 star till today.
Plenty. Let's wait until tomorrow. It starts on the 1st. So I'm trying to let my voice recover a little bit more.
Okay.
Because that's going to, for one thing, if we're going to plug it into what's existing, I still sound very different from what I did when we recorded that.
Okay.
And to redo the whole thing would be awful.
We were talking Thanksgiving plans this past weekend, and we're going to go up to my sister's, and I'm going to bring gluten-free rolls and gluten-free brownies.
Gag.
I'm super excited about it.
Jeannie usually does the weekend after Thanksgiving at our house for the kids, but I don't know if they will this year or if they'll do that or not.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere around there is the first Christmas parade.
Mm-hmm.
I think Neoshows is sometimes that weekend.
I can tell you because I sent Chris a whole bunch of emails about it the other day. The Neosho Christmas Parade is December 13th.
Oh, it's later this year.
I'm a liar. That's not true.
That's
That is the Web
fun.
City Christmas Parade.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to put.
The Neosho is December 2nd.
What time is the Web City?
6:30.
6:30 p.m.
And 12:13.
Okay, and
Neosho is December 2nd. That's a Saturday at 5.
December 2nd. Oh, wait a minute.
Mhm.
I just put this on November 13th. Sheesh. That's really late for them.
For Neosho?
Yeah. December 2nd.
Saturday, December 2nd at 5 is the Neosho Christmas Parade.
That's Neosho.
Mm-hmm.
No, I meant Web City. That's really late for them.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah,
What time is theirs, Neosho's?
5.
And Carthage.
Monday, December 4th at 7.
And then Joplin's.
Tuesday, December 5th at 6.
All right, got all those down.
They're all going to happen really quickly, and then we wait a while, and then it's Web Cities.
Once we get done with those, then we're through with everything.
And you have the Veterans Day Parade on there, too?
When is it?
November 11th, Veterans Day.
No, I don't. What time is it?
Let me double check. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum.
10 a.m.
November 11th at 10 a.m. Parade assembles at 8:30. Are we going to do it like we did last year?
How did we do it last year?
Brett did Neosho.
Oh, the
What's his
parade
face did
assignment.
Carthage.
Probably. Brett did Neosho? No. Probably.
Brett did Neosho.
Yeah.
MJ did Carthage.
Usually Brett does Web City,
I did Web City last year.
but we'll try to do that again.
Did you put him on the thingamajig?
Yeah. I may end up doing Neosho. We'll see. I think what interferes with me is I'm in rehearsals all during that time for our production, which I think will be happening probably the 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Mm-hmm.
And they're adding times to it. So those 2 weeks before is just like nonstop rehearsals every evening. They still have not scheduled anything or done anything. There is nothing. And we've got 2 new songs I have to have ready tonight,
Yikes.
which I worked on a little bit on Saturday. I did sell my guitar, finally got rid of it, got it shipped off. It was a nightmare getting it sent to this guy in North Dakota because apparently the town he lives in, which is We ended up sending it to Minot, North Dakota, which is 78 miles away from where he is. He was in, I can't remember the name of the town, but it's right on the Canadian border. I mean, the Canadian border runs right through the middle of town.
Wow.
So, and the address that he wanted to send it to was a customs processing center there in the town on the United States side. But they also have an office on the Canadian side. Well, that apparently confuses all of American shipments and mails and address and everything. So they could not ship to that address. KIX 102.5, the 4 states' #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Wanting to know about the scary noise that turned out to be nothing?
623-1025.
Here's Jake Owen.
On KIX. So,
I mean, it's not marked Canada, so why is that confusing?
I
It's
don't
a
know.
U.S. address.
And I don't know. I could pull it up on the map and show it to them, and they said that area is designated as a no delivery zone for us. And I'm like, what the heck? So they had packaged the guitar for me, in packaging that they could guarantee.
Right.
I did not want to leave it there in their way, so I said, well, I'll just take it with me and we'll try until we get this figured out. And they said, okay. So I took it with me. Wasn't until that was on Thursday, day of the Spook Tour. So it wasn't on Saturday until I could bring it back and go in there. And they said, we can't deliver to that. We can, but we can't guarantee your shipment. We can't guarantee it'll be there on a specific date. There are no guarantees with this. You can't insure it. And I was like, that won't work because I've got to insure this. And they said, well, to insure that, we're going to have to repackage it because you took it out of the store, which is $50 to have them package it.
Yeah.
Would have been another $50. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So I threw a little bit of a fit and their manager got involved and he waived all that. And
Good.
so they finally sent it to this location, Minot, which is 80 miles from where the guy is. He's having to drive 80 miles to go pick it up and pay $10 to get it for them to release it to him. So
Right.
I said, I'll send you the $10. And he's like, no, that's not a big deal. So we're waiting until Wednesday evening. It's supposed to get there. He's going to go get it. So
Hopefully there's no more snags at this point.
yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Should not be that hard.
So, meanwhile, the other one has not sold, of course. And people are making bids on the guitar that I want to buy, but I have to sell this other one to be able to buy it. My wife said, why don't you suggest trading that guy? And I'm like, well, mine's worth a lot more than his is by collectible standards, about $3,000 more, so I'd be taking a big loss.
Well, how much is it worth to you, though?
Yeah. KIX 102.5, the 4 states' #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:35.
Sunshine with a high near 43 this afternoon is 27 in Joplin.
And we're talking about the scary noise that turned out to be nothing that you heard.
Call or text to let us know at 623-1025.
What was the scary noise you heard that turned out to be nothing?
Randy's voice.
Yes!
That's it. You're fired, Uncle Billy. Don't ever call here again. Let me get that number.
What's the scary sound you heard that turned out to be nothing?
Well, last winter when it got real cold, I was in the shower, taking a shower, and all of a sudden I hear this noise, sounds like it's coming through the shower wall, and it's going all the way up the shower wall, and it was freaking me out. So I get out of the shower, I go outside, look around, there's nothing, and I noticed that there's a trail from, the alley up to the house. It was stray cats. They were climbing up inside the walls to get to the attic to get warm.
In the walls.
Got cats in the walls.
What's the scary sound you heard that was actually just nothing?
I was in my bedroom, and I kept hearing something scratch on the wall, and I couldn't figure it out. I went over and opened the door, and a squirrel come running out of the door and started flying around everywhere. Yeah. It come out of the attic, and it was trying to get out.
Oh, my gosh.
It jumped on my shoulder, everything. It scared me to death.
Did you end up catching it?
No, I opened the window, pushed the screen out, and let it go out.
I can't think of too many things that would be scarier than that, to have a rabid squirrel loose in your house. That's pretty terrifying.
That is awful, yeah.
What was the scary noise that you heard that turned out to be nothing, though?
Okay, I used to pick up bodies for a mortuary here in Joplin, and I'd take them up to Kansas City for the donors.
Yeah, no thanks.
I accidentally hit a button that made the back windshield wiper come and go, and the body was in the back, and it was dark and raining, and every once in a while it clicked, and I didn't know what that was.
Larry's getting ready to come up in the front seat with me.
I said, "Oh, God, don't move back there, don't move."
It's alive!
Like, yeah, I won't. I quit.
What's the scary sound that you heard that was actually just nothing?
623-1025 to text or tell us.
You can also tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
So I did go ahead and drop the price on my guitar. It has now been dropped about $1,000 total. I've been dropping it a little bit at a time over the weeks.
Do you have a lot of people keeping an eye on it?
Yeah, quite a few people watching it, but nobody's made an offer yet.
Megan says, I know where you're talking. Husband's grandpa's side is from that area.
What area? Where?
Way up north?
Oh, yep.
Minnow or not Minnow? How do you call it?
Minnow, M-I-N-O-T. Is it Minot or Minnow?
Minot? Minnow?
I would think it's Minnow. But his,
if it's that close to Canada, it's probably Minnow.
Which I guess is BFE. I mean, really BFE. So the town that he lives in is goodness. When he messages back, it puts all the previous messages, are in there too. So you have to scroll.
And then scroll some more and a little bit more. And
sent from my Apple phone. Oh, Portal. Portal, North Dakota is the name of the town that he lives in. And it's right on the Canadian border. So there is a Portal, Canada, and a Portal, North Dakota. So
the more you know.
It crosses the border. And I pulled up Google Maps to look at it, and you can see the Canadian border right through the center of town.
Have you ever gone nickel knocking?
No. What is nickel knocking?
Nickel knocking. Megan, do you know what nickel knocking is?
I don't think this is a thing. I think she's making this
Oh, it's
up.
totally a thing. So we used to do this in church camp all the time. Oh, Minot is what she's saying.
Minot. Okay.
Minot.
Minot, North Dakota. That makes sense.
So what you do is you take a Band-Aid and you stick one side of the Band-Aid to a window frame. And on the other side of the Band-Aid, you put fishing line up against the Band-Aid, and then you put a nickel on top of that. And then you take the fishing line out into the bushes or wherever, and then you pull on the fishing line, and when you release it, it knocks the nickel against the window frame.
Tick, 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 tick.
And because of it being on the window frame and the fishing line, of course, is clear, they can't see it. So they have no idea who's knocking or what's going on. It's
Thank goodness
great.
we have streaming on our TV that we find better ways to entertain. Yeah, so he's having to drive all the way from Portal down to Minot to pick up this guitar. I hope he's happy with it.
I hope he is too.
Yeah, I really do. The only thing I think he might not be happy, as I said, comes with a soft shell case. Well, the soft shell case is not a Line 6, the one that came with it. It is from an old acoustic guitar, and it's really just a bag. So it's a gig bag, but it's not made for the guitar. It does not fit well. You would not want to keep it in that. It was just put
Did you
it in
send
there
him a picture of that?
to protect it. No, it was not included in the pictures.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if he was that concerned about it, we could have asked.
Well, I never kept it in a bag. I put it in a hard shell case. Hopefully,
if he's going to pay that much
anybody
money for it, then I would assume he'd care for it that well as well.
I did hook it up, went over everything, played everything, made sure it all worked really well, and it does. It's still a very impressive guitar.
Good. Somebody knocking. No, it's the nickel. We used to have so much fun doing that. Hey. It was great. We always did things like that at church camp. You nickel knock, or you go and you sneak into the people's cabins and you take like all of their right shoes. One cabin almost got pranks banned because they took a bunch of sand and dumped it down the toilet and flooded the toilet and the shower and the bathroom. It was great. Morning, Carol. My video's frozen over here, and I'm just going.
Really? Mine's not.
I don't know what the issue is. It's only frozen on Restream, though, not on live.
Yeah, mine's working on Restream. On live, because I've not scrolled down to the video, it just says offline. Maybe if I refresh it, the video will come up. Yeah. I think we fixed our video, at least the video issues.
Mm-hmm. All right. Country Dirt today. I know Laney's going to be in there. I need to go back through and see who I've had a lot of lately. 'Cause I like this Brian Kelly story, but I've already done a lot of Brian Kelly lately. Because he's doing a lot of cool new music stuff. Yeah, pranks, not destruction of property.
Right. So we've talked before about the best Halloween tricks.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite ones we did, and you just made me think of it, was in our little town, nobody locked their car doors or their house doors or anything, ever. You always left your keys in your car and left them unlocked. So one year we went around this particular block in my town on Wyandotte Street, and everybody had their cars parked all around. We got about 25 of us guys, and we had cut these sticks, wooden sticks about this long. And what we did is we went and locked all three of the car doors, except for the driver's one, locked it, and then at a prescribed time, we had synced our watches up, and a prescribed time, we pried that stick in between the driver's seat and the horn, and then locked the door and shut it. But we'd take the keys and put them on the beforehand and put them on the front porch of each house.
Yeah.
And then we ran, of course. All this entire neighborhood, all these horns start honking all at once. And the only thing, people would come storming out of their houses, what the heck, and get to the car, and the door would be locked. They couldn't get in, so they go back towards the house, and most of them found the keys sitting right there. Yeah. They noticed them then and went and unlocked the door and turned them off. One couple was out of town. We didn't know, and they had left their car there with the keys in it, and so it honked all night long until the battery went dead finally.
That's great. Morning, Chris.
There was the Votech class at the high school I went to. The school had an old Ford tractor, big tractor.
Mm-hmm.
They took the sucker apart and hauled the parts up somehow onto the roof of the school and put it back together on top of the school, on top of the gymnasium. So it's like 3 floors up, big, really, really, really high up. I don't know how they did that. They come to school, and there's the tractor up on top of the gymnasium. And they had to take it apart to take it back down, whoever did it.
My neighbors wienered our yard, drive-by hot dogs flying out truck windows. I was not aware that was something people did. They wiener people.
We used to throw wet biscuits. So we'd take cans of biscuits, and we would hit them with those because they stick,
Uh-huh.
There
was a lady who bought a thing of biscuits once. Hold on, I'll tell you a story in a second. We've got a sec here.
Blew it up?
It blew up in her car and hit her in the back of the head, and she thought she'd been shot.
Yeah. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Wanting to know about the scary sound?
That turned out to be nothing.
Tell us at 623-1025.
Here's Chase Beckham on KIX.
So it exploded and hit the back of her head. And so she's holding this biscuit against the back of her head because she thought she was holding her brains in her head. And so the cops get there to help her, and they're like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm holding my brains in. And they're like, you're holding a biscuit to your
You don't
head.
have any brains in there, honey.
They had a church dinner and had too many leftovers. Our doggies deserved a treat. I bet they were very excited for all the hot dogs. Oh my gosh, my foot is falling asleep again. Oh. I just got a message from Bubby's teacher saying that he will not have homework this week because they want the kids to enjoy the Halloween week. That's nice. Actually, you know what sounds really good? Is baked beans and hot dogs. That sounds so good. I made shepherd's pie last night, and it was
I had that Friday
fabulous.
night.
Oh, really?
Marie Callender's.
Mine was homemade in the crock pot. It was great. The kids actually liked it, which was nice. Wasn't sure if they would because I put mushrooms in it, but they're good for you. That sounded delicious. Why? Where is... 25 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states. Number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We'll see sunshine this afternoon with highs nearing 43. It's 27 in Joplin.
And we've got the Morning KIX takeover starting in just 5 minutes.
So make sure to go on the KIX app and vote for the songs that you want us to play back for you.
But we've been talking about the scary noise.
You know the one that turned out to be nothing?
623-1025 to tell us what it was for you.
What's the noise that you heard?
Yeah, I was sitting on the recliner watching a movie, and I kept hearing this squeaking noise once in a while. I thought, what the heck is that? Then I just remembered that I had chili for supper.
Oh, my gosh.
We had a dog that when we used to feed him hot dogs, he used to fart, and it would scare him. He would literally couldn't figure out what it was, and he would get up and run away from it. And jump.
What's the scary sound you heard that was actually nothing?
I have, about 4 years ago, I lived in this little apartment. It was a garage made into a one-bedroom apartment. It had a front door and a back door, and the head of my bed was against the back door, which led out to a carport. Well, I was in bed one night, and I hear a banging on my back door. It scared the crud out of me. And I just laid there, like, what do I do, what do I do? So I called the police. Ended up being a drunk guy, older drunk guy, thought he was at his home, and his wife had locked him out.
Knock, 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 knock.
Hi, Linda, I've lost my keys.
It was quite scary.
Got into the wrong house again last night. What was the noise that you heard that turned out to be nothing?
I was at home alone, and my little cousin left her TV on pause.
On her DVR, yeah.
And I didn't know that. I thought she turned it off, and it comes on after me being home for an hour and a half alone.
What would have been really funny is if it would have been on a really scary movie with some sound effects, and it would have come on with that.
No.
It kind of was. I think she was watching the Alvin and the Chipmunks Freak Night.
Oh, that is a scary movie.
Would you
Alvin.
stop it?
I know.
Alvin and the Chipmunks!
It was like with all this and screaming and stuff, and I was like, what the?
Yeah. Terrifying.
What's the scary sound that was actually just nothing?
A couple of days ago, it was about 2 or 3 in the morning, and I started hearing all this banging outside, and I was like, what in the world is that? So I go outside, and ended up being my rooster was banging his head against the wall.
Your rooster was banging his head against the wall.
Yeah.
I think there's something wrong with your rooster.
I think so, too.
Sounds like an innuendo, doesn't
Randy?
it? What?
No,
Well, I'm
don't
just
even.
saying.
What's the scary sound you heard that was actually just nothing?
623-1025 to text us.
Or you can tell us on Facebook.
And the Morning Kicks takeover starting in just 5 minutes.
And the 4 states #1 for country.
Kicks 102.5. In your neck?
It's in my
Butt. You're doing it wrong.
beanies and weenies. I love beans and weenies.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about butt.
No. Except Kyle really can't do a lot of beans, and so we don't have beans and weenies very often.
My wife made beans and cornbread Saturday, and I ate it and made me sick as a dog Saturday night, and then we ate it again Sunday, and I was able to take some simethicone before then, which kept it from causing any pain. But if I don't take simethicone before I eat beans, then I'm miserable.
Yeah. Allegedly, if you buy dry beans and soak them yourselves and
What she
stuff.
does.
Oh, really? And doesn't do it?
Still is miserable.
I've done it that way once, and I was like the only person in my family that kept eating these things. It's like, I'm not going to put that much work into these beans if no one else is going to eat them.
She cooks them all day.
I had a bird umbrella cockatoo. Nothing scarier than hearing "Tickle Me, Elmo" at 3 a.m. and you have no Elmo.
Oh, my gosh.
That sounds awful.
Boy.
Hi, what's up? Nice hoodie. It's MJ.
Yeah, still all in there.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
I don't think anybody's found the hint yet.
Not as far as we've been told.
Yeah, everybody's looking for it, but I don't think anybody has found it. Have you seen it? Did I show it to you? But you saw it? So if MJ found it. Okay. Mickey texted me over the weekend and it's like, hey, this keeps changing. And I'd already emailed her warning her about that. And I'm like, remember, I emailed you. Leave that alone. Oh, okay.
Bless her. Bless.
What's here? Yes. No.
Someone brought us a chocolate pie?
Well, as they should, but
Who brought us a chocolate pie?
who brought a chocolate pie? Are you sure it's chocolate?
Are you sure?
Hmm.
Was it Jan? Jan always gets back here and she calls, though.
No, nothing else left this week. Next week. Wait, when's Nemmer Care start? Doesn't that start this week?
Yes, this week.
Yeah.
You can start nominating.
Have I heard the promo for that yet?
I have not. Is the submission thing on the KIX website? There it is.
Yeah, it's in here. It's not very often. Haunted Spook Tour is still in there a lot, but it's not playing, so it'll skip ahead. I want to leave the Haunted Spook Tour because I want to replace it with the Show Us Your Rat thing.
Mm-hmm.
I could get rid of all the spook tours and just do Show Us Your Rat in place of Pup Costume.
Mm-hmm.
Probably will. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking your actual
Halloween.
ghost stories. Now, your scary, your real brushes with the supernatural, whatever it was. You could not explain it, but you saw something or experienced something.
What are you dressing up as?
I'm not dressing up. I'm
Randy.
Me. I'm going to dress up as me. That's terrifying enough. I'm not one of those annoying people who dress up at work. This is not third grade. You don't get to go around and trick-or-treat each class.
There's lots of candy you can trick or treat for in this building.
So we'll be doing that tomorrow. Plus,
Maybe Secret Sound if no one wins it today.
if nobody wins it today. So have a great rest of your Monday.
Bye.